2025 gave us one hell of a year at the movies. Seriously, we got Paul Thomas Anderson back. We got Guillermo del Toro's dream project. We got horror that terrified us, action that left us breathless, and dramas that made us feel everything. But with so many releases flooding theaters and streaming platforms, it's easy to miss the ones that truly mattered. So I did what I do best. I watched everything and brought you the best. Welcome back to Cinecommendation. And today I'm counting down the 15 best movies of 2025. The films that didn't just entertain, but challenged, moved, and reminded me why I fell in love with movies in the first place. Let's get into it. We kick off the list with Final Destination, Bloodlines, the long-awaited return of the iconic splatter horror franchise.
Death is coming for our family.
The Final Destination franchise has always thrived on a terrifyingly simple idea. You can cheat death, but only for a while. Bloodlines brings the same formula into 2025 by tying a new group of characters to survivors from earlier incidents, creating the mythology angle fans have always wanted the series to explore. Unlike previous films, what makes Bloodlines stand out is how it connects the dots across the entire series, bringing longtime fans face to face with the question, can the chain ever be broken, or is death truly inevitable? The opening sequence is instantly iconic, one of the best disaster set pieces in the franchise. The kills are inventive and brutal. They leaned into the gore in a way that feels gleefully excessive. If you followed this franchise since the beginning, Bloodlines will hit you with pure nostalgia. And if you're new, get ready, because it's a bloody roller coaster ride from start to finish.
Maybe death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
At number 14, we have Ballerina, the long-hyped action thriller set in the John Wick universe.
Welcome to the continent.
Eve Macaro of the Roscaroma.
The film follows Rooney, a deadly ballerina assassin who hunts down the men responsible for murdering her family. Fueled by vengeance, grief, and an arsenal of highly creative weaponry, she moves through the criminal underworld with elegance and brutality, like a dancer choreographing her own carnage. Directed by Len Wiseman and guided by franchise architect Chad Stahelski, the movie captures what fans love about the Wick films: immersive world building, stylish gun-fu action, and a visual identity that feels both operatic and ruthless. And with appearances from Keanu Reeves, Ian McShane, and Angelica Houston, the film strengthens the mythology while opening new doors for the universe to expand. Ana de Armas is mesmerizing, fierce, vulnerable, and absolutely unstoppable. She doesn't just continue Wick's legacy, she redefines it. So if you love the John Wick universe, it's a crime to miss this one.
Rules.
And consequences.
Coming in at number 13 is Splitsville, a sharp and surprisingly heartfelt comedy about divorce, reinvention, and the chaos that comes with starting over.
Maybe when I get divorced,
Please don't say that.
I'm unfaithful. I've been unfaithful.
When good-natured Carrie's wife Ashley asks for a divorce, he turns to his best friends, Julie and Paul, for support. But he's shocked to discover their secret to happiness, an open marriage. Intrigued and desperate, Carrie crosses the line, and suddenly, all of their relationships spiral into complete chaos.
By the way, Julie and I had sex last night. Together.
What makes Splitsville work is the controlled madness. Directors Michelangelo Covino and Kyle Marvin, who also star alongside Dakota Johnson and Adria Arjona, craft a film that's part physical comedy, part relationship drama, and entirely unpredictable. The opening sequence is a bravura piece of filmmaking that sets the tone immediately. From there, it's a wild ride of misunderstandings, affairs, jealousy, and one of the funniest, most well-choreographed fight scenes you'll see all year. If you want a screwball comedy that's bold, unconventional, and genuinely entertaining, Splitsville is a perfect pick.
What are you guys doing?
You can't face, so leave them behind.
At number 12, The Lost Bus, a survival thriller based on a true story that recreates the harrowing 2018 campfire in Paradise, California, the deadliest wildfire in the state's history.
There's a situation developing at Ponderosa Elementary. There are 23 kids who are stranded. Is there anybody in the area that can pick them up?
The film follows a school bus driver and a teacher as they battle to save 22 children from a terrifying inferno. What makes The Lost Bus exceptional is the visceral realism. Greengrass doesn't hold back. The fire feels real. The heat, the smoke, the chaos. The visual effects team and cinematographer create a suffocating atmosphere where you can almost smell the smoke and feel the danger pressing in. McConaughey delivers one of his best performances in years. Grounded, intense, and fully committed. Ferreira brings calm strength and heart. Together, they anchor a film that could have easily been pure spectacle, but instead becomes deeply human. If you love survival dramas that are terrifyingly authentic, then The Lost Bus is a must-watch. At number 11, Caught Stealing, a gritty, violent crime caper that's pure entertainment and a masterclass in Austin Butler's movie star charisma.
What the fuck did you get me into?
The story follows Hank Thompson, a washed-up high school baseball star turned bartender who agrees to watch his punk rock neighbor's cat for a few days, and the next thing he knows, he's tangled with several criminal factions who all want something from him, and he has no idea why. Directed by Darren Aronofsky and starring Austin Butler in a rugged, unpredictable performance, the film blends crime thriller intensity with sharp black comedy energy. Regina King, Zoe Kravitz, and Matt Smith add great support, giving the story surprising personality and grit. What makes Caught Stealing memorable isn't just its wild twists, it's how it mixes gritty, 1990s New York atmosphere with a story that constantly keeps you guessing. There are moments of brutal action, moments of absurd dark humor, and moments where you wonder how one simple errand turned into total mayhem. So, if you want a crime thriller that's slick, entertaining, and absolutely chaotic, Caught Stealing is the one. Breaking into the top 10 is Frankenstein, director Guillermo del Toro's long-awaited adaptation of Mary Shelley's classic novel, and one of the most talked about films of 2025.
I had determined that the memory of my evils should die with me.
The story follows scientist Victor Frankenstein, whose obsessive pursuit to conquer death leads him to create a living being stitched together from corpses. But instead of manifesting triumph, his creation becomes a mirror to his own cruelty, intelligent, emotional, and painfully aware of the world that rejects him. What makes this Frankenstein exceptional is how faithful it is to Mary Shelley's original vision while still feeling completely like a Guillermo del Toro film. It's gothic, it's poetic, and it's heartbreaking. The creature isn't just a horror icon, he's painfully human. Visually, it's pure Del Toro. Lavish production design, gothic atmosphere, and cinematography that feels like a painting brought to life. It is one of the most beautiful, emotionally rich adaptations of Frankenstein ever made. At number 9, we have Bring Her Back, one of 2025's most unsettling and emotionally charged horror films. The story follows a brother and sister who move into the secluded home of their new foster mother. At first, it feels like a new beginning, but soon they uncover something far darker, a terrifying ritual hidden within the house, one that threatens to consume them both. What makes Bring Her Back exceptional is Sally Hawkins. This is a career-defining performance, terrifying, heartbreaking, and completely unhinged. She's the rotten heart of this movie, and she's mesmerizing, while young Jonah Wren Phillips brings heartbreaking intensity to the story. The horror, it's extreme. Self-mutilation, body horror, and practical gore effects that will make even hardcore horror fans wince. This got an MA 15+ rating in Australia, which is baffling, considering how brutal it is. If you haven't watched it yet, Bring Her Back is one horror experience I highly recommend you don't miss.
We can bring her back.
At number 8, Warfare, the most visceral, unflinching war film of 2025, and one that refuses to romanticize a single frame. Warfare is a visceral, real-time portrayal of a U.S. Navy SEAL platoon on a surveillance mission in Iraq's Ramadi during the 2006 conflict. Written and directed by Ray Mendoza, a Navy SEAL veteran himself, alongside Alex Garland, the film draws directly from the memories of the soldiers who lived through it. Instead of sweeping battle epics or stylized Hollywood action, it is shot with a documentary-like intensity and keeps you close to the ground, pinned inside a commandeered home, surrounded by insurgent fire, and caught in the fragmented, unpredictable grief and noise of modern combat. This is arguably one of the most harrowing war is hell films ever made. It doesn't ask for your attention, it demands your endurance. If you want cinema that is raw, unfiltered, and painfully real, Warfare is essential. Number 7, Bugonia. Yorgos Lanthimos returns with one of the most divisive films of 2025. And I mean that in the best way possible.
How can you tell she's an alien?
Well, the signs are obvious.
Bugonia follows two conspiracy-obsessed men who kidnap a powerful CEO, convinced she's actually an alien plotting humanity's destruction. What starts as a kidnapping thriller slowly mutates into a psychological chamber piece, where paranoia, ego, and delusion ricochet inside a single room. The tension doesn't come from action, it comes from belief. Who's lying, who's delusional, and what happens when a conspiracy theory finally collides with an actual human being. Lanthimos plays everything dead serious, letting the humor bleed out of behavior rather than jokes. Jesse Plemons is riveting, anxious, unhinged, and painfully sympathetic. Emma Stone is all icy control, playing a character you despise but simply cannot look away from. But here's the thing, Bugonia is not for everyone. If you love Lanthimos' surreal, provocative, uncompromising filmmaking, this should be a blind watch. If not, this film will test your patience. Either way, it's one of the boldest films of the year, and absolutely worth talking about.
I know you too, Teddy.
It's fine. It's cool.
At number 6, Black Bag, a sleek, smart spy thriller that proves Steven Soderbergh is still a master of the genre.
Find the leak.
Give me 2 weeks.
Thousands of innocent people will die.
Okay? 1 week. Who's the suspect?
Your wife.
The film follows British intelligence officer George Woodhouse, a seasoned counterintelligence agent who's handed the impossible task of rooting out a traitor within his own agency. But there's a twist. One of the suspects is his wife, Catherine, also a top-level operative and the person he trusts most. With a ticking clock and national security on the line, George must navigate a web of secrets, lies, and suspicion, all while trying to hold on to the life he's built with the woman he loves. Black Bag is a sharp, stylish spy thriller. Less about gunfire, more about mind games. It's the kind that burns slow and leaves you suspicious of every look. And the final scene, ice cold. Perfectly so. Fassbender's cool precision and Blanchett's layered performance give this thriller both edge and emotional weight, and director Soderbergh's measured pacing keeps you guessing right up until the final frame. If you're into clever thrillers like The Constant Gardener or Body of Lies, Black Bag is a sleek, twisty watch that delivers without ever raising its voice.
Would you kill for me, George?
At number 5, Weapons, Zach Cregger's follow-up to Barbarian, and it's a horror epic that cements him as one of the most exciting filmmakers working today.
This is a true story that happened in my town. So this one Wednesday is like a normal day for the whole school.
Weapons begins with an event that immediately grabs you. At exactly 2:17 a.m., 17 children from the same elementary school class vanish from their homes simultaneously. The only child left behind becomes the key to unraveling what happened. The movie isn't a straight line story, it's an interwoven nightmare following multiple characters across different timelines. What makes Weapons so unsettling is its structure. Each segment feels grounded in reality but slowly unravels into dread, forcing you to question what's real, what's imagined, and whether anyone can truly escape the cycle of horror. Like Barbarian, it thrives on unpredictability. You never know where the next scare will come from or how the stories will connect until the devastating end. Weapons has everything horror fans can crave. Messy kills, terrifying jump scares, shocking twists, and a mystery that keeps you glued until the final frame. This isn't just another scary movie, it's the horror event of the year.
This is where the story really starts.
At number 4, Marty Supreme. Timothée Chalamet's most ambitious, exhausting, and undeniably electric performance to date.
How do you live?
Well, I live with the confidence if I believe in myself, the money will follow.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
Josh Safdie's solo directorial debut follows Marty Mauser, a 23-year-old shoe salesman in 1952. New York with a dream nobody respects, becoming the greatest ping pong player in the world. And for that, he's willing to lie, cheat, hustle, and burn every bridge to get there. What makes it stand out isn't the sport itself, but the energy. Director Josh Safdie turns every rally into a visual sprint. Fast cuts, unpredictable set pieces, and a heroine meets anti-hero vibe. Chalamet's performance carries both manic ambition and soulful vulnerability, like he's chasing not just victories, but meaning in a world that keeps dismissing him. The supporting cast is stacked with genius casting choices. Gwyneth Paltrow, Kevin O'Leary, Tyler the Creator, and Fran Drescher. Everyone brings something unique. If you want a sports drama that's bold, exhausting, and anchored by one of the best performances of the year, Marty Supreme is unmissable. Before we got into our top 3, I've got 5 more movies from 2025 that deserve a quick shout out. These didn't make my main list, but they're absolutely worth checking out. First, She Rides Shotgun, a gritty action thriller about an ex-con father who takes his estranged 11-year-old daughter on the run from a vengeful gang. It's brutal, fast-paced, and surprisingly emotional. Next, The Long Walk. Based on Stephen King's dystopian novel, 100 teenage boys compete in a grueling walking competition where the rules are simple: maintain pace or die. It's tense, haunting, and a chilling commentary on endurance and survival. Then, The Gorge, a high-concept sci-fi action film where 2 elite snipers are stationed on opposite sides of a massive gorge, guarding humanity's last line of defense against an ancient evil. Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy bring intensity to this visually stunning, genre-blending thriller. Up next, Mickey 17, Bong Joon-ho's sci-fi dark comedy starring Robert Pattinson as a disposable employee sent on dangerous space missions. Every time he dies, he's cloned and sent back to work. It's weird, darkly funny, and quintessential Bong. And finally, The Amateur. Rami Malek stars as a mild-mannered CIA cryptographer who goes rogue to hunt down the terrorists who killed his wife. It's a throwback to 80s and 90s spy thrillers. Methodical, intense, and anchored by Malek's committed performance. That wraps up our bonus picks. Now let's jump back into the top 3. At number 3, Sinners. Ryan Coogler's masterpiece, a genre-defying vampire horror film that's as much about music and history as it is about bloodshed.
We've been gone a long time. We back now. You twins?
Nah, we cousins.
Set in 1932 in the Jim Crow South, Sinners follows twin brothers Smoke and Stack, both played by Michael B. Jordan in a dual role, who return to their hometown hoping to start fresh by opening a juke joint. But when their cousin Sammy, a gifted blues guitarist, plays music so pure, it attracts a vampiric menace drawn to their song and spirit. What follows is a rip-roaring fusion of period drama, vampire horror, and musical that feels like nothing you've ever seen. Michael B. Jordan gives the performance of his career, playing 2 distinct brothers with different energies, vulnerabilities, and arcs. Shot on 65mm IMAX cameras, the film is visually stunning. Long, sweeping owners, deep shadows, and high contrast that build dread. And the action, brutal, creative, and absolutely electric. Sinners is one of the rare movies that is equally loved by both critics and audiences. It isn't just one of the best horror films of the year, it's one of the best films of the year.
That ain't your brother.
At number 2, we have one of the biggest cinematic events of the year, F1, Joseph Kosinski's hyper-immersive racing drama starring Brad Pitt.
I'm offering you an open seat in Formula One. The only place you could say, if you win, you are the absolute best.
Set inside the world of Formula One, the film follows veteran driver Sonny Hayes, played by Brad Pitt, who returns to the grid after years away, not for glory, but to mentor rookie sensation Joshua Pierce, played by Damson Idris. What separates F1 from every racing film before it is the way it was made. Kosinski and producer Jerry Bruckheimer partnered directly with Formula One, shot during real Grand Prix weekends, and used modified F2 cars fitted with IMAX cameras so the racing could be captured at actual speeds. No CGI fakery, no green screen shortcuts. The result? Some of the most intense and physical racing footage ever put on screen. You feel the vibration, the claustrophobia of the cockpit, and the insane precision of competing at 200 plus miles per hour with millimeters to spare. Brad Pitt brings effortless charisma and vulnerability to Sonny. Damson Idris is magnetic as the young star learning what it truly means to be part of a team. Carrie Condon, Tobias Menzies, and Javier Bardem all deliver solid supporting work. F1 was a massive theatrical success, brought mainstream audiences back into motorsports conversation, and set a new bar for realism in sports filmmaking.
In the world.
And at number 1, One Battle After Another. This is it, the best movie of 2025.
God damn it! Viva la revolution!
Leonardo DiCaprio plays Bob Ferguson, a former revolutionary who reunites with his old comrades to rescue his kidnapped daughter from a long-lost enemy. What makes One Battle After Another exceptional thing is how it balances everything. It's a political thriller, it's a father-daughter story, it's an action spectacle with harrowing car chases and daring rooftop escapes. This is one of the funniest movies that DiCaprio has ever made. Watching him scream into a payphone because he can't remember his password during a life or death emergency is pure comedic gold. The supporting cast is phenomenal. Sean Penn, in a villainous avatar as Colonel Lockjaw, delivers an unhinged performance, and Benicio del Toro, Teyana Taylor, and Chase Infiniti were all amazing. This isn't just the best movie of 2025, it's a cultural time capsule, a film disgusted by and terrified of the current status quo, but one that refuses to be cynical. It's ambitious, human, entertaining, and uncompromising. If you watch one film from 2025, make it One Battle After Another. It's essential. And that's it, the 15 best movies of 2025. If you want more best of 2025, check out my top 15 new TV shows of 2025 or top 10 new Netflix TV shows of 2025. Both videos are linked on screen right now, and if you enjoyed this list, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It genuinely helps. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.